What's up, guys? It's John or Last Frontier Bricks. Guys, this is a video I've been waiting to make and has been in the works for the last 6 months. It is about 10 a.m. on November 7th, and November 8th, which is the day this video will probably go out, is going to be my 34th birthday. Pretty cool, but like I said in my May 4th video, I'm starting to think this is what it's like to feel old. Now, every birthday, I just try to set up some disposable money aside so I can get a little birthday present for myself. For example, one year I got a 32-inch TV. Another year I got a Blu-ray entertainment system with all the bells and whistles. Another year I got a Nintendo Switch. And this time I wanted to see if I can save up a bit more since I knew I was going to have more disposable income this year. Because I believe I mentioned this in my review on the General Grievous Starfighter. But back in May, I switched from having a part-time job at Hobby Lobby, where I was making about $1,200 a month, to a full-time job at Walmart, where I am now making $2,000 a month. And when I first got that job, I couldn't help but think, I wonder how much money I could have if I set aside, I don't know, 100 or two a paycheck between now and my birthday. And I actually did a pretty good job. I've got about about $3,000 set aside. And where am I going to be spending this $3,000? Why the Lego store, of course, because why wouldn't I want to spend $3,000 on Lego heads if I couldn't? Actually, technically, I'm going to be spending about $2,000 a day, but between a couple of sets I purchased earlier because Lego was doing a double VIP point back in October, plus a couple of Bricklink orders, it is going to add up to just about $3,000. But yeah, right now I've got $2,000 set aside plus the $50 my mom would have spent on my birthday, but I just said, just give me the cash and I'll just add it to the haul, plus a $100 discount via Lego VIP points. So that's $2,150. Again, even in this day and age, that's a lot of money to be spending on Lego sets. But I don't want to rush in there and just basically grab all the first sets that I think look cool, even if that would be pretty cool. Basically, I've decided I want to have I want to have a good reason for all the sets I pick up. So I decided on 5 prerequisites for all the sets I'm going to be buying. Number 1, is it a set I actually want? Because why would I want to spend over $2,000 on a bunch of stuff I don't even want? So, is it something I want? Number 2, does this set help complete a collection? Take, for example, as I'm sure you guys have figured out by now, I'm trying to collect all the 25th anniversary Lego Star Wars sets so I can get all those 25th anniversary figures. So, does the set help complete a collection? Number 3, how popular is the set? Is it a set that's been basically flying off the shelf as soon as since it arrived? Or is it a set that, like, if I leave it alone, it's going to be there today, tomorrow, next week, yada, yada, yada. So, how popular is the set? Number 4, how expensive is the set? Is this going to be my one chance to be able to pick up a set this expensive this year? Take, for example, a Star Wars UCS set or a modular building. So, how expensive is the set? And number 5, probably one of the more important of the 5, is the set getting ready to retire. One of the best things about Lego is that they're constantly putting out new sets every year. But that also means a whole bunch of other sets have to disappear. Take, for example, I know one that's getting ready to disappear or has already is the Mos Eisley Cantina, or some of the Disney 100 sets, or strangely enough, even some of the Lego City Space sets that only just came out this year are getting ready to disappear as well. So, is this going to be my one chance to pick those sets up because they're getting ready to disappear? And if you guys know anything about the Lego aftermarket, is that once sets disappear and are only available on the aftermarket on like Bricklink or eBay, price tends to skyrocket. So I'm definitely going to want to keep an eye on sets that are getting ready to retire. So those are my 5 prerequisites. And this is set I want, does it help complete a collection, and is my chances of being able to buy the set limited due to how popular it is, how expensive it is, and the fact that it's just getting ready to retire. So with all those prerequisites, plus basically a whole store open available to me due to my price range, I think I'm gonna have some pretty cool choices to pick out from. So let's go ahead, head on inside, and let's see what they have to offer. All right, just walked in the front door. Lego store actually only just opened a few minutes ago. They got quite a few sets on display. There's the new botanical garden that just came out. Actually, speaking of which, I do have to make a bit of an apology. When I did the October 1st set video, I said the Lego Super Mario Kart sets were coming out, but apparently I made a mistake. Those guys aren't actually coming out until January. So yeah, my mistake. But yeah, there's the botanical garden. Got the chrysanthemum as well as one set that I'm happy is in my collection, the Magic of Disney. Then take a look. We got quite a bit showing off as well here as well. We got the burrows from Harry Potter. We got the black and white cat. There's the Imperial Star Destroyer, something I'll probably be keeping an eye out to this. Trying to figure out if I want to get that one. Then we got the Deku Tree from Legend of Zelda. Plus, they're showing off a couple gift with purchases. We got the Botanical Garden Gate, which VIP members can get with buying the Botanical Garden. And then we got one that honestly is just custom made for my brother, a GWP called Books Are My Passion, which is free with a purchase of $130 or more. So yeah, I'll probably end up I might end up getting seeing if I can get two of those, because like I said, that thing is basically custom made for my brother. I know he would love it. Over here, we got the Mona Lisa shown off, and then of course we got all the Lego icon stuff. Basically, with as much as I've got to spend, I could get I could get a pretty serious combination of any of these. Like we got the medieval Times Square, the Concord, Rivendell, Eiffel Tower, Titanic, Jazz Club, the Natural History Museum. El Dorado Fortress is definitely one I'm considering, as it is getting ready to retire. So pretty cool. Maybe you can go with Bumblebee. Yeah. And we got the lighthouse. There's a botanical garden right over there. Magic Castle. We got the Artemis. They've got they're just pretty well stocked up in all of this. Uh, and then we got like the video game stuff like Mario, Sonic. There's the Pac-Man, the Deku Tree. You got a few stuff over here. There's Minecraft over there. Like I said, haven't played any Minecraft, so probably leave that alone. Over here, we got Jurassic. We got the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World sets. Star Wars looks pretty stocked up. There's the Java sail barge, Razor Crest, Millennium Falcon, Venator, the Dark Falcon. There's that Star Destroyer. Got R2D2, the Onyx Cinder, UCS X-Wing and TIE Interceptor. 3PO and Chewbacca. Over here is Ninjago. Again, not a theme I've gotten into. Oh, over here we got Creator with a whole bunch of stuff over here. Here, and we got over here, we've got basically all your brickheads, where we got quite a few brickheads getting ready to retire. Basically, most of the Disney brickheads are getting ready to go, as well as the Iron Man Mark V, the Iron Spider, Phantom Menace. So might want to keep an eye on those. Over here, we got Christmas stuff with all the advent calendars, City, Marvel, Star Wars, Disney Princess. Yes, and I can see Friends over there as well. And we got the Alpine Lodge. I believe that's getting ready to retire. And we got the Christmas tree. And then we got the new one for this year, the post office. That one's actually on display up here, along with the Alpine Lodge Christmas tree and the Nutcracker. Then we also got the little $20 Santa's delivery truck came out with the post office. Actually, got a bit more Christmas over here too, where we got the Santa sleigh, the poinsettia. We got a nice Christmas decoration, Christmas wreath. We got over here, got a couple more of the post office and delivery trucks. Plus a couple of smaller, the smaller Lego sets over here, like Akaba, the Buildable Lego store, and all the like the postcards. Over here, we got a bunch of Technic. And again, Speed Champions, I know that the McLaren 2-pack is getting ready to retire. There's a bunch of the city stuff, the space stuff, like the cargo Starship, the Exploration Rover. We got the Perseverance. I see Back to the Future is pretty well. The Back to the Future DeLorean is pretty well stocked up. Strangely enough, I don't see the new Batmobile. Strange. Maybe they've sold out of that already. I could go with, if I wanted to go super crazy, I could go with basically all of the Marvel modular buildings. They got Avengers Tower, Daily Bugle, and the new X Mansion. I believe the Cerebro GWP is still going on with that. This might be the last day. I honestly don't remember. But strangely enough, I don't think you see the Sanctum Sanctorum. I don't actually. That now that I think about it, I believe that one's going to go as well. Or we could go with the Milano. Lego Friends, not a whole all that interested in that. Also got the Wicked sets. We got Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. That's getting ready to go, as is the Disney villains. And, maybe go with the Disney Castle. That could be an interesting one. Although good luck to me trying to find a place to put something that big. We got both versions of the small buildable Disney castles, as well as the Ariel Castle. I don't see the Tower of Terror. Strangely, there's the buildable Simba. Then we got a whole bunch of Disney princess stuff. Over here is Harry Potter. Not exactly my thing, so probably gonna leave that alone. And then the city looks pretty good as well. Got a couple of the trains. And there's the Lego City Adventure sets with the return of Johnny Thunder. There's the Robot World, the roller coaster. A couple of these city space sets. It's actually I don't see the big one that's getting ready to retire, the Command Rover. There's the Lego City delivery truck. I think I've got a pretty solid selection of everything I could go with. So I'll go ahead and make my selections, and I'll let you know what I got once I get home. All right, guys, I am back at home, and I may possibly be in over my head. I had no idea that all the sets I got were going to take up so much space. They are currently sitting on my kitchen table about a yard or so away from me right now. And I tell you, you get them all up there, you can't even see them all. Oh, it's that crowded. Plus, believe it or not, between the was like 2,000 and a half VIP points left after the $100 discount. All the points I just earned from buying all those sets, plus there's another thousand or two that my mom actually earned me for getting some of the Christmas decoration sets. I've actually earned enough points to get another $100 discount. It's crazy. I had no idea that was going to happen. So let's go ahead and start off with everything I got. I'm going to go from everything from the lowest price, which is $10, all the way to the most expensive item at $500. So it's kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. Actually, you're going to start off with something I did not plan this. I did not plan this, but just as I was getting home from getting all those things, something that showed up in the mail, which not a Lego set, but certainly Lego related. This is Clean My Bricks. Long story short, is a handheld vacuum duster made by Lego fans for Lego fans to dust your Lego sets. It's I might not do a review on this thing actually, yeah, but if you guys are interested, I know Beyond the Bricks has done a review on it, so make sure to check out their channel for that. So let me start grabbing sets. Okay, it's future me. One thing I forgot in that little breakdown of getting all the sets is that I completely forgot to give a shout out to my man Derek at the Lego store. Guy's been working there for less than a week, and he was dealing with, you could say, a very customer service necessary customer to do just how many sets I got at the Lego store. I tell you, he did absolutely fantastic. He had he was a whole bunch of help. Even checked the back of the store to see if they had a couple of things I was looking for. Not to mention, he also helped to carry all these sets out to the car for me. So absolutely fantastic, Zarek. You did fantastic job. I absolutely will be leaving an awesome review for you on the Lego Store website. You did a fantastic job. You've got a serious. I think you've got a serious future at the Lego Store. I hope you enjoy your new job. So let's go ahead. So with that taken care of, let's go ahead and jump back into the haul. First off, at $10, we've got the Iron Spider Brickheads. I know this guy is getting ready to retire. The first two sets, they're kind of small, they're kind of cheap. I didn't want I didn't want to have like 10, $20. I didn't know what to spend and the left over from the haul. So I went ahead, I got a couple small sets. Like, I know this guy's retiring. Plus, I just like the Iron Spider suit. Oh, one thing I almost forgot about is that with these the 5 prerequisites I mentioned, if I want the set and how popular it does say how complete collection, how popular it is, how expensive it is, and if it's getting ready to retire, I want the sets to fit at least 2 of those criteria before I decide purchasing them. So again, I wasn't. So again, I was left with it's like $20. I wasn't sure what to do with, so I got a couple of small things. So I got this guy. Next up at $10.99, we got the Lego City Jungle Explorer ATV with that Red Panda. Because I mean, come on, believe it or not, this thing's getting retired as well. And come on, I can't not do a Lego haul and not celebrate the return of Johnny Thunder. Basically, if you don't know, he was basically Lego Indiana Jones before Lego Indiana Jones was a thing. So some of my first larger Lego sets I ever got were from the Johnny Thunder Lego Adventures Dino Island series. So nice little callback to him. And like I said, this guy is getting ready to retire, so I had to go pick him up. Next up, actually, there are a couple other things I forgot. Since I am doing this video right before my birthday, let me get a little free birthday minifigure. I think this is one of the ones from one of the minifigure line. It's a little girl in a Lego brick costume with a microphone. So cute. Then with the GWPs, I did get the books on my passion. This will probably be going to my brother. Don't get me wrong, it looks cool, but I actually forgot to split the purchase in 2 so I could get 2 of these guys. Yes, so yeah, this will probably be going to my brother. He'll enjoy it more. And since I did spend so much, they got me one of these Lego Bakery GWPs, which, to be honest, I already had one of from getting one of the sets during the October double VIP points. But honestly, I like this little guy, so I don't mind getting 2 of them. Next up, originally at retail for $30, I believe, we have the Fast and Furious Dodge Charger RT. Yeah, this, as you guys know, Lego 2K Drive has got me into Speed Champions. So I thought, I already had the Nissan Skyline from Fast and Furious, so I thought I might as well pick up the other Fast and Furious car. Plus, especially considering that this one is another one of the rewards you can get for the Season 1 Drive Pass. Although this set is already retired, this is actually one of the first items I actually bought for this haul, which I bought all the way back in either May or June when I first decided I wanted to do this crazy thing. Next up, we got a bunch of advent calendars. We've got the Lego City advent calendar, which was $33, and then we have the Star Wars and Marvel advent calendars, which are both at $45. I quite enjoyed going over last year's advent calendars, and if the views and comments of those videos have anything to say about it, you guys enjoyed it too, so I'm going to do it all over again. Next up, at $50, we have the Lego Marvel Avengers versus the Leviathan at $50. As you guys know, my mom gave, as I said, my mom gave me $50 to add to this haul, so I'm gonna say this was her birthday gift to me. Uh, One thing I will say I'm a little disappointed about is that with this set is that it doesn't include Hawkeye. Like I thought that like for $150 combine this with the Avengers Quinjet, that would have been a fantastic combination if this one had Hawkeye, because then you would have gotten all 6 Avengers, because Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, and Black Widow were in the Quinjet. Then we would have had Hulk and Hawkeye in this set, but instead of getting Hawkeye, we got Captain America and Black Widow again. So a little disappointed there, but I think this one is going to be a fun one. Next up, at I believe this one was $80, we have Ahsoka's T6 Jedi Shuttle. I am wanting to collect all the Ahsoka series sets, along with Rogue One, Rebels, and Force Awakens. Ahsoka is one of my favorite things Disney has ever done with the Star Wars IP, so I definitely wanted to pick this guy up. Next up, at I believe this one is also $80, we have the Desert Skiff and Sarlac Pit from the 25th anniversary line. I will say it's definitely overpriced, especially with that Sarlac hill. I am not going to call it a pit; it's definitely a hill. But it's a nice little set. Plus, that exclusive 9 nub looks like a great figure, and it's a nice addition to the 25th anniversary line of figures. And speaking of great additions for Star Wars, we have the $100 R2-D2 with the Darth Malgus. Honestly, I'm not really sure I agree with some people's ideas that this R2-D2 is a good replacement for the $250 UCS R2-D2, because I think it's in between this and the Droid Builder, which I had thought about originally, but ended up not getting. This is a great in between for the two. You got the kind of the small R2-D2 with the Droid Builder. You got a medium-sized one with this guy, and then you got the high-end R2-D2 with the $250 one. Even if this one actually looks pretty well to scale with the new C-3PO. But I think this is going to be a great build. And again, Darth Malgus is a nice addition to Lego Star Wars collection. This is he's the first thing they've done with the Old Republic era of Star Wars since those Proud and Few Old Republic sets came out, and along with the Old Republic MNLG. So another great addition. Next up, at $110, we have the Lego Technic VTOL Heavy Cargo Spaceship LT8-1, which is actually a first for me, as this is my very first Lego Technic set. I've normally been a full brick guy, but I gotta say, when the Lego Space sets came out for this year, when the images first came out, this is the one that really grabbed my attention. And this thing just looks super cool. I guess so call it this a bit of a test run on how I feel about Lego Technic sets. If I like it, I might end up getting more. Like, say, for example, the Moon Rover or the Perseverance Rover. Those might be cool additions. So yeah, first Technic set I've ever bought. I think this one's gonna be a fun one. Next up, we've got a couple sets at $130. First up, we got the Disney villains icons. As you guys know, I have loved what Lego has done for the Disney 100th anniversary. We've got some pretty solid figures in this one with Maleficent, Jafar, the Genie, Gaston, and of course the evil Queen as her in her disguise from the end of Snow White. Plus, it's just a really cool build. And this one is getting ready to retire. So I had to pick this one up. Then also at $130, we have Lego the Lion King Cub. As I'm pretty sure I've mentioned before, The Lion King was the very first Disney movie I ever saw, and it's still my favorite. So, of course, when this thing came out, the little kid in me just exploded seeing a buildable Simba set. One that I've been, from the character I've been wanting Lego to do a Lego set of pretty much since I got into Lego, where when the Lego really started doing Disney, like when they started that first Disney minifigure line. I've been wanting them to do Simba, and Simba's had a big year for Lego this year. We've had the $20 Simba, we've had this guy, and then we also had the $100 Magic of Disney, where he made his first appearance as a Lego minifigure. So yeah, absolutely had to get this for the kid in me. And speaking of Disney, I did get a couple more Disney stuff. A couple Lego Disney DWPs. Here's off Brinkley. We've got the 100-year celebration and the mini Steamboat Willie. I actually have to apologize with the 100-year celebration. I actually had this when I did that October 1st haul, when I got the Magic of Disney. I actually meant to add this into the video, but I completely forgot about it. And then like Steamboat Willie, I mean, that's just a fun little one. Of course, they had to do something for the very first thing Walt Disney ever did for animation, and under the Walt Disney IP. Yeah, of course, then we had Oswald the Lucky Rabbit in the Disney 100 line of figures, but the very first motion picture Disney ever made, well, cartoon. Of course, they had to do something like this. Plus, fun little fact, when they did the Lego Ideas Steamboat Willie set, this is actually more along the size that the set that the Lego Ideas designer wanted to do for the idea set. So I thought it would be a fun little comparison to compare this one to the larger Steamboat Willie. Next up, at $150, getting ready to retire, we have the Lego Indiana Jones Temple of the Golden Idol. This was not actually at the Lego store when I went to get it, so I just went in. So they were able to do a special order for me while during the October Double VIP event. Although honestly, I actually didn't really have to. When it comes right down to it, when you have Lego the Lego store do a special order, it's basically just ordering something off of Lego Shop at home. Like they just put in the order for you, and then it just ships right to your house. I honestly thought it would arrive at the Lego store, and then they'd call me and say, "Hey, your special order has arrived." But no, they just shipped it right to my house. Anyway, I had to pick this one up. If you guys have been keeping an eye on my channel, you know I've already done reviews on the other two Indiana Jones sets since they put out in time for Dial of Destiny. Those being the Tomb of the Lost Ark and the fighter from Raiders of the Lost Ark, and the fighter plane chase from the Last Crusade. So of course I had to get the big one. Like, this is probably one of, if not one of, the most iconic opening scenes in a movie they have ever that ever happened in cinema, and this is just a super cool set. I had to pick it up. Next, at $170, we have the Imperial Star Destroyer for the 20th anniversary of Lego Star Wars. This is actually my first time getting a Imperial Star Destroyer, even though I believe this is either the third or the fourth play scale Star Destroyer they've ever put out. And while it may also be one of the smallest, you check out Solid Brick Studios review on this thing. It actually isn't all that much smaller than the original, which is actually, I believe that one is the biggest of them. Anyway, the Star Destroyer looks super cool. You got a solid lineup of minifigures for that Star Destroyer, and then of course the big one, I'm sure is going to be the main draw for the set, the exclusive Cal Kestis figure from Jedi Fallen Order. Also, just looks super awesome. I can't wait to show this thing up on my shelf. Next up, at $200, and we are getting close to the end, we have the Back to the Future Time Machine. This thing looks absolutely awesome. I love the Back to the Future trilogy. The Marty McFly and Doc Brown figures look awesome. Just love the fact that you can swap out sections of the vehicle to make it look like what it looks like not only in Back to the Future Part 1, but also Part 2 and Part 3, so you can have it set up as it is in your favorite movie. And again, it just looks super cool. And I think I already know where I'm going to set this guy. I'm going to set this on my entertainment center, while I also have another awesome movie car, the James Bond Aston Martin DB5. I thought it'd just be super cool to have two iconic movie cars side by side and next to each other. Next up at $215, another one getting ready to retire. This is the El Dorado Fortress, which I am certain, due to that yellow box art, Lego brought out as technically a part of their 90 years of play anniversary, even though it came out a little late for that. But this just looks super awesome, and it's actually my very first official Lego pirate set. I do have the Lego Creator pirate ship, but this is my first official pirate set because, ironically, Lego basically stopped making pirate sets just as I was like getting my first real job, and actually having disposable income to spend. So this is the first one I've ever had the chance buying, and this thing just again looks super cool. Well, nice little nod to the original version of this set. And I honestly don't remember when that one came out. It was before my time. I'm pretty sure it came out before I was even born. But yeah, this thing just looks super cool. I can't wait to build this thing. Next up, we have at $300, we have the Lego Ideas Home Alone. Such a classic Christmas movie, and this thing looks absolutely fantastic. I won't be surprised if you could add this into like a Lego modular system city. Yeah, I mean, this is just it's huge. I actually forgot how big the box of this thing was. Actually, I did not. This is one actually I did not pick up at the Lego store because they were out at the time. I actually picked this one up at a special store in Eagle, just outside of Meridian and Boise, called Bricknology. It was basically the Lego store for the Boise area before the Lego store became a thing. And like, for as small a store as it is, it's probably smaller than my house. They have quite the selection of Lego sets. It's quite a bit of stuff that normally you would only find at the Lego store, but they also sell a lot of older sets, still brand new, sealed in the box. And actually, what's cool about that store is that it is a gold standard store, meaning all their products, all their brand new products, they completely cut out the middleman like Amazon or eBay. They just get their products straight from the Lego factory. So yeah, they got a pretty good solid selection of sets there. In fact, like the first time I was there, I was back when I was 2015, 2016. I got myself the UCS Avengers Helicarrier. So yeah, pretty awesome. So yeah, awesome store, awesome set. Next up, at $325, we have the X Mansion, which just came out this week. This thing looks fantastic. It's pretty solid lineup of figures. I've been doing my best to stay away from videos for this guy, concerning I knew this was getting ready to come out, and I was considering picking it up. So I've been doing my best to stay away from other people's reviews so that mine doesn't get tarnished due to other people's opinions. Plus, I did get lucky enough to get the Cerebro GWP. I got super lucky with this. They had just gotten a truck in, and they only had 3 of these guys left. So very, very happy with that. Now, we got one more set to take care of. And let me tell you guys, this was one I was not backing down on. I had this guy in mind. Basically, from the moment I decided I was going to do this haul. It was like, if something happens to me financially that just completely tanks my bank account and I can only get one set, this is the one set I would get. So I'm very happy I was able to get a hold of it. Let me go get it. Ha ha ha! Here it is, the Avengers Tower. Very, very happy I was able to get a hold of this. I've been wanting to get a hold of this thing as soon as I saw the images. This and the Indiana Jones were the two sets I got ahead of time during the October double VIP points event. And it's actually one of the ones, it's actually the set I got that extra bakery that he said. I mean, this thing is absolutely fantastic. It is huge. I believe, even as of the recording of this video, a good amount of time after it released, it has the largest minifigure selection of any Lego set ever. I cannot wait to build this. In fact, I'm going to, so much so, I'm going to get to building this thing as soon as I finish recording this video. So this will be the next set I review. Also, since I could not pass up getting it, I also got the New York Taxi GWP that originally came out with this set, getting the Black Panther, and that added to this collection is super cool. So that is every set in this collection. Let me show you how much room it takes up on my kitchen table. Okay guys, there is everything all on one table. As you can see, it is a massive pile. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm in over my head. My fingers are going to be killing me by the time I build all these sets, of which I will absolutely do reviews on every single one of these. In fact, speaking of those reviews, I'm going to ask you after about an hour or so after this video gets released, I'm going to ask you guys what sets I should do review on first, with a few exceptions. As I said, I'm going to be building Avengers Tower, which you can only just barely make out in this massive pile. Oh, right there under the Dodge Charger. Alright, so that one's going to be first. I'm actually thinking of doing the X Mansion. Now, right after that, like I said, it is relatively new, so I might as well put that in the review out when I can. Plus, there are a few exceptions. Like I said, with the Advent calendars, I'm going to review those like I did last year's Advent calendars, breaking those up into 4 videos a piece, covering 6 days each video. And then I'm also going to be like I said, those are going to be released all through December. And then I'm also going to be releasing Home Alone on Christmas Eve, because when else would I want to do a release review on the Home Alone set? Christmas Eve is when the big fight between Kevin and the Wet Bandits take place. So what better time to do it? Anything else on this table? Totally up for grabs. Because all of these sets are going to be up for review on those polls. So make sure to check out those polls. Anyway, that is the end of this absolutely crazy video. I just spent more Lego than I ever would have thought possible. Oh, this is by far not only the largest haul I've done for this channel, bar none, but the biggest I've done my entire life. If you had told 8-year-old me, which is how old I was when I got my first Lego set, the original Luke's Landspeeder, if you went back in time and told him someday he'd be able to spend about $3,000 worth of Lego for his birthday, he would have never believed you. But it just happened, and let me tell you, I could not be more happier or more overwhelmed. What have I gotten myself into? This is absolutely nuts. Anyway, this will be the end of this video. Thank you for joining me for it. If you guys enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit like, subscribe, all that stuff. Hit the notification button if you want to be notified of when my videos come out, because obviously I'm going to have a whole lot getting ready to come out. Check out some more of my some more of my content on the end screen in just a few seconds, and I will see you all in the next video. Later, everybody!